Welcome to one of the most mysterious places on the planet, shrouded in mysticism, scandal, and the attention of millions of believers. The Vatican is the center of global dominance for the multi-million-strong Catholic religion. But what lies behind these walls? We'll now delve into the symbolism of the Vatican and perhaps reveal some secrets that have been lying right before your eyes. The Vatican is located on Vatican Hill, which, according to one theory, was named after the Etruscan goddess of death, Vatica. The Circus of Nero stood here, where the first followers of Christ died a painful death, torn to pieces by wild animals, as a spectacle for the people and the emperor. The Vatican stands on the bones of the first Christians. The Vatican itself is an iconic place, but this is only the beginning of our tour. Let's take a closer look at the Vatican Audience Hall. Notice something strange? This building resembles the sinister head of a reptile. Interestingly, in the Bible, the serpent symbolizes cunning and treachery. But what's even stranger is the absence of Christian symbolism in this hall. Instead, the stage features a sculpture called Resurrection, which looks more like a depiction of hell. Doesn't that strike you as odd? Now let's move on to the Pope's vestments. It's worth noting that they are made in a single atelier, passed down from generation to generation. Every detail is meticulously crafted. There's no room for chance here. Have you ever paid attention to the details of the Pope's outfits? Numerous details and symbols can be seen on the ceremonial vestments. For example, the pall is decorated with 6 dark crosses, 3 of which are pierced with gold pins. These symbolize the 3 nails with which Jesus was crucified. What about the kazoo? One of Pope Paul V's kazoos features an inverted cross, which is associated with the symbolism of the cross on which the first pope, Peter, was crucified. However, the inverted cross is also a symbol of Satanists. Doesn't it remind you of the ritual robes of magicians? And that's not all. One of Pope Francis's kazoos also features a symbolic image of the aliens from the Atacama geoglyphs. What higher Christian message does he convey through this symbolism? We are told that the Pope wore a kazoo with this symbol to commemorate his arrival in Chile. But something doesn't add up. After all, he wore this kazoo on other occasions as well. It's also worth noting the spiral triangle, which can be seen on several kazoos of several pontiffs. It is the symbol of the international movement against pedophiles and boy lovers. Given the vast number of scandals and testimonies related to pedophilia in the Catholic Church, seeing such a symbol on the Pope's robe doesn't seem like a coincidence. Pope Benedict's red shoes have sparked outrage among Catholics. However, he denied rumors that they were Prada shoes, claiming that he wears the blood of Christ on his feet. Just think about it. The Pope wears the blood of the Son of God on his feet. A mandatory element of the Pope's attire is the fisherman's ring. This ring is meant to remind the Pope of his heritage, that he is the successor of the Apostle Peter, a fisherman by trade. But remember, Peter was the one who betrayed Jesus at the most critical moment, thrice denying his connection to him, fearing for his life. This was more than just a betrayal. It was a rejection of Jesus himself and his teachings. Every time a new pope ascends the throne, he is required to place his lips to his new ring as a sign of humility and willingness to continue Peter's work. But once again, we hear about continuing Peter's work, not Jesus's. This makes us wonder what values are conveyed through the fisherman's ring. Some time ago, popes wore a tiara during religious services. This is a headdress adorned with various symbols. Initially, the tiara consisted of 2 tiers, symbolizing the pope's temporal and spiritual authority. Later, a 3rd tier was added. The 3 tiers of the Pope's tiara symbolize his supremacy over the entire world. The Pope's tiara bears the title Vicarius Filideus, which translates from Latin as Vicar of the Son of God. In Latin, some letters, just like in Greek, have numerical values. Researchers have noted that if you add up the numerals of the letters in this title, you get the number 666. This has even sparked a scandal. The Pope's defenders have claimed that the word vicarious is simply a grammatical error, as the correct spelling would be vicarious, since Latin doesn't have the ending vis, but it does have the ending us. They claim the ancients got it all mixed up, failing to distinguish between the letters V and U. And yet, despite claiming that this is simply a harmless grammatical error, no one is rushing to correct it. The Pope's staff also has symbolic significance. Interestingly, Pope Paul VI modified the design of the papal cross. He was the first to use a staff with a curved crucifix and a distorted figure of Christ. This cross has been passed down to all subsequent popes, including Francis. According to former Catholic priest Piers Compton, such crosses were used by medieval black magicians to represent the biblical concept of the mark, or mark of the beast. They represent an ancient satanic symbol. This raises questions about the role this symbol plays in modern church symbolism and its true roots and meanings.